Hey everybody, it's Paige Leslie for part 2 of the semantic feature analysis explanation, if you will. I'm just going to get right to sharing my screen. This is always kind of a little dicey. Okay, here we go. All right, so last time we did nouns, and this is typically what I'll start with because nouns can be more concrete. Get out of here, iCloud, really? Okay, so we're going to go into verbs and adjectives. So I already have a verb done. I'll go into a later video why I wrote this word like I did. Just like with nouns, with verbs, I would generally start with words that I know my student knows, or I might start with something like chuckle because they might know what it means. They may not. But for the synonym right here, they definitely know what laugh means. So if I can get the ball rolling with just the synonym that I know that they know, then usually the whole rest of the activity can be a lot easier. So here I started with chuckle. The first type of information I want is the synonym. So we said laugh or giggle. And this is funny, this is actually from my last session that I did a semantic feature analysis on. So then the next type of word we would want to have an antonym, so the opposite. I find my younger kids, well, actually all ages, typically, kids have a hard time with antonyms. What's the opposite of laughing? So you might need a lot of examples. So, when I'm happy and something's funny, I laugh, I chuckle, I giggle. If I'm sad and something makes me sad, what might I do? I might cry. Then the next part is context of action. So when and where do we do this? So I think I did more whens because where it's not really, depends. So when after a joke, at a funny movie, and I'm sure you could think of a ton of context of actions. And then the purpose and method, why and how do we do this? So I think I definitely helped out with this one. Like what body parts do we need to do this? Your mouth, your lungs. Why do we chuckle? Because something is funny. And then associated nouns. What do I need to do this? That was an interesting answer. I'm trying to remember how I got to dance. Dance, games, jokes, movies. I'm not quite sure how we got to dance during this activity. I have to really, really try and remember. Maybe because when you're having a good time, you dance and you might chuckle. I have no idea. So in the noun video, you remember that I showed you how to kind of round out the activity. So obviously this one kind of takes less time. I would say it takes less time because you have less of this going on, but more prompting because it's a little less straightforward, I think. So our definition formula would be blank means blank. Very easy. So this is where our word would go. Chuckle means to laugh. So you would want to use your synonym here. For some words, you would be better off defining it with the antonym. So you would say, if you feel like it's better or it's easier or more clear to use the antonym, it would be chuckle means to not cry. Obviously, in this context, that's really not the best way to define chuckle. Not to cry could mean a lot of things. If you feel like it, I don't know why, means to laugh. If you feel like it needs more, you can use some of the semantic information right here. So chuckle means to laugh. And in my mind, you know, we didn't really do this during this activity. My student was a little bit younger. In my mind, when you chuckle, it's kind of like a light laugh. Like, it's not like super loud. Like, you can laugh really hard, but that's not a chuckle. A chuckle is like very short and a little quiet, right? So it's not boisterous. It's kind of, so means to laugh quietly. I don't know. This might be why I didn't address it. Means to laugh quietly. Like after a good joke. Something like that. So if you felt like it needed more information than just to laugh, you could do that, and that way you can target adverbs, like quietly. And the last thing that we're gonna do with semantic feature analyses, really, what is up with this? Okay, well, this is adjectives. So it has the fewest semantic parts. I mean semantic, like the information. So the information here is called semantic information. Semantic refers to word meaning. Okay, so this one has the fewest semantic parts, but I think it might be one of the hardest ones to do. So let's think of an adjective. Funny. So we would think of a synonym for funny, like hilarious. So what I actually might do, what I actually might do is just like I did with the verb, which is make this hilarious. And if my student doesn't quite understand what that means, I would say, man, my typing. I would say funny. So I would give them the synonym, and then we could work from there. So let's see. Hilarious, funny. What's the opposite of that? I would say boring. Associated verbs. What actions go with this? So what are some things that are funny? So you could just, or sorry, hilarious. So you could just pose the question, what's hilarious? Tell me something that's hilarious. And depending on how they answer you, you can categorize that into verbs and nouns. So what's hilarious? Dad's jokes, that would be nouns. Dad's jokes are hilarious. Pranking people, that would be a verb. Something like that. And so these are going to largely depend on who you're talking to, and can be very subjective when it comes to these types of adjectives. So, oh, I almost forgot our definition syntax. So it's going to be pretty much exactly the same as our verbs. Means blank. Okay, so hilarious means funny. And I would even say you could kind of introduce shades of meaning, kind of like we did with chuckle, where it means to laugh, but it's a little bit different from laugh. It has a little bit of a different connotation. So you could just leave it at this, especially for our younger kiddos. Hilarious means funny. Cool. For a little bit of our older kiddos who can kind of understand that different words may mean similar things, but might be a little bit different. Like I would use hilarious to mean something is really funny. Like there's funny and then there's hilarious. So you can introduce that. You just kind of have to take a feel for how much information can your student take on at a time. So if you guys ever have any questions for me, I'm gonna stop sharing. Here we go. If you guys ever have any questions for me, or you need more help, more resources, I'm here for you. I'll continue to update the blog whenever I get more information on how we can do things, more information on resources. As of recording this video, I still can't do video conferencing with you guys, but eventually things have to change, right? Our situation is super fluid, and I don't know what kind of directives I'll be getting tomorrow or by the end of the day today. So please be patient with me and follow me on this journey. I hope you guys are doing so well and staying safe and healthy and sane. Yeah, I will see you guys for the next video.